I want to ask you, T.O., about your boys down there in Starkville, about your mans, Chris Jans, and about the big homie Tolu Smith. Are they for real? Are you buying this?
Hey, you remember at the beginning of the year, I said if Drew Timme was in the SEC, he'd be Tolu Smith. And it was less.
Do I remember? I remind you that every single day.
Hey, look, I thought the funniest thing I looked up on Kim Palm most was it impactful dudes, and Drew Timme's like number 3, Tolu Smith's like number 7.
Well, the Kim Palm's Player of the Year rankings. Zach Edey's number 1, and it's like not even close, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, Jalen Wilson. Drew Timme's number 3. You scroll down that list a little bit, you know who's number 9 on Kim Palm's Player of the Year rankings? Tolu Smith. Right now, if we ended the season, he'd be a second-team All-American.
Yeah, just
big
saying.
homie Tolu Smith. He ain't a bad player. I think Robbie Homo owes you an apology. He owes you an apology, right?
No, because what I said was kind of blasphemous, and I kind of understood it because they've been good for a long time, and I understood that it was kind of off the wall. But I think Tolu Smith is a really good player. And one thing that they're still doing that they did last year for Howland is they're boarding. Like they're number 1 in the country in offensive rebound rate. 41% of their missed shots were rebounded offensively. 41%. Like, dude, just throw it up there.
Are you shocked? But like, are you really surprised that a team that's coached by Chris Jans
but they did
the hell out of it and crushes the glass? Like that is, if you ain't tough, you can't play for Jans. And by the way, like we talk about like coaching fits. Is there a better program for a guy like Chris Jans in a
No, there's not.
State?
It's perfect.
Like an underdog where he can juke it up, or he can go get some of these older guys, maybe some guys that wouldn't fit somewhere else. He has a way to connect with people that allows him to get the best out of people from all walks of life. That's just kind of
right.
Neat. So
that's right. And Mississippi State's going to take those guys. Like, and without even asking twice, like, hey, we like this kid. Can we make it work? Absolutely. We're Mississippi State, baby. We'll get him in. We'll get him in. But he is perfect for that place. Tolu Smith really is a good player. Like I know I said that kind of tongue in cheek earlier.
He averaged 14 and 9 last year. Like you weren't insulting.
Very good. No, he's a very good player. I wasn't insulting.
It was a great line. It was a great line, though. It was a great line.
Hey, look, if Drew Timme was in the SEC, their numbers would be similar. Let's just call that what it is. But look at the guys that he's playing. Cam Matthews, who's basically a 6'7" bulldog. Like he's somebody that got minutes last year, but because he provides toughness, Jans is throwing him in there, and he's in. He rebound with his offensive rebound rate is in the top 250 of the country. Like they have guys that are going to go get it. And Shaquille Moore is a terrific athlete. Kamani Hamilton's got talent. Like they've got people in that system that is going to be good. And because they're going to rely on the offensive glass and on the defensive end, they're going to be a tough out for anybody. Eighth in the nation in defense. 8th.
Yeah, exactly. Top 10 defense, tops in offensive rebounding. You don't need elite guard play when you've got those things happening. And I'm not saying anything bad about their guards, but let's face it, they don't necessarily have this outstanding offensive player in their backcourt, but they piece it together. They're deep. He's going 9 deep. I mean, he's playing a lot of guys. DJ Jeffries is a stable guy for them. He plays about 30, 31 minutes a game. He's scoring in double figures. He's done that in 3 consecutive games. They've got some depth, and the way that they play is fitting for Starkville. Yeah. I really like this fit. And look, Chris Jans, at the end of the day, found a way to lead a team out of the WAC to an NCAA tournament win over the Connecticut Huskies, and he did it on.
Keep bringing that up, Phantom.
Come on,
bringing that up.
And he did it on the other side of the country. I hate to say this, but and again, hope everybody's all right. But how times have changed. How times have changed in New Mexico State in a matter of 7 months. I mean, that's a really tough situation right now, and frankly, that coaching staff looks bad right now. Yeah. Having said this, how times have changed, and Chris Jans was able to do that there. He's going to be able to do this at Mississippi State. So I'll tell you what, the SEC has just chipped and chipped and chipped away. They've gotten better as a league, and certain programs over the offseason said, we got to get these hires right. And I think that this league did a nice job hiring.
Yep. Last note I want to make about the SEC, and you guys tell me if you think I'm insane here. Arkansas is currently 22-1 to win a national title. Arkansas, when they're at their best, when they have their best 5 on the floor, has 5 NBA players on the court. They have as much length and athleticism as anybody. They probably have minimum 3, maybe 4, potentially 5 first-round picks. I think they could even have 2 top 10 picks on their team in Nick Smith and Anthony Black.
Is that a recipe to win a national championship?
With the transfers, it is.
Yeah, but I do think that when you put Nick Smith out there with Anthony Black, with Ricky Council, with Jordan Walsh, who has no problem doing, like, if Jordan Walsh took no shots and just spent the entire game guarding the other team's best player and going to get off rebounds and being a lob target, Jordan Walsh wouldn't care. Like, he's wired like that, which is why he's a perfect fit for him. Trevon Brazile is a perfect fit for the role that they're being asked him to play, because all he wants to do is catch and shoot threes, catch lobs, and maybe face up and go by somebody once in a while. And then you have 3 dudes that thrive in these roles that Muss wants him to play, where he just goes and finds whatever the mismatch is and goes to that over and over and over again. If Nick Smith has a mismatch, he's going to get 20 shots this night. If it's Anthony Black, he's going to get 20 shots. If it's Ricky Council, he's going to get the 20 shots. And they have the length and athleticism to be able to guard and be switchable and do all these different things. Unless that thing comes tumbling down, and there's a real chance this year that it kind of does end up come tumbling down. But unless that happens, like they are to me, the most talented team in college basketball. And I don't know necessarily all that close. And you can get them 22-1 odds right now. To me, that's insane. At Bet Rivers, 22-1 odds. That means you bet $100, you win $2,200.
That's crazy.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Hey, can we go back to Starkville for a second? Because I was part of a team that built a Chipotle down there, so I want to really pour it on thick. So look at their style of play.
Wait, what?
Yep.
You're part of a team that built a Chipotle in Starkville.
Yeah, we built a Chipotle down in Starkville. You're welcome, Starkville. I no longer am part of that Chipotle.
That was so random.
Sold that Chipotle. Man.
And you want to pour it on thick.
I want to pour it on thick. So look at this. Here's the thing.
I'm thinking of like the Chipotle sour cream. Go ahead.
It's very good. It's very good. I love Chipotle. But here's the thing, guys. Like, look at their offensive ranking. They're 75th in the country. There's a lot of misses involved when you're the 75th offensive in the country. And you play a slow tempo. You're 340th in the country in tempo. And you're getting 41% of those misses. That is a recipe for success if you're going to play bully ball. Like, I like this Mississippi State team. They could win a game. They could win a game in the tournament.
I think they can win. I think that there's the real possibility, if the matchups are right, they can get to a Sweet 16. We've seen Chris Jans pull off upsets before.